Sounded like a turkey.
That was
okay. Well, this is not actually ASMR version. I'm your host today. My name is Trevin. We are here with Kacey.
Trevin.
Yes. With Kacey, Nathan, and Felicia. We're all returning on this podcast, and today we are going to be talking about some random things. We're going to start out with some scary stories, or scary experiences, or dreams.
Nice.
That was scary enough.
It was scary.
I want to be hearing that noise all night now.
Okay, so how about some of your scariest dreams or nightmares? Kacey, do you have any?
Scariest dreams or nightmares?
Or scariest moments?
Scariest moments. Scariest moment to this day, I still have PTSD. This is 2017. This is 2017, and me and my wife, we went to a wedding way the flip all the way in Manti.
What's
and it was
Manti?
like Manti, the city or the town. We went to Manti, and it was one of the worst snowstorms ever to hit Utah or something like that. Like it broke a record, like temperature wise. And I borrowed Trevin's car, and we drove. It took like 6 hours just to get there. But on the way back on the highway, we were Santa Paula was asleep, and Santa Paula was asleep, and we were driving, and the car started to wiggle, like boom, like left to right, and I was just like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and I sounded like a woman, kinda.
Really?
And Santa Paula woke up like, what's wrong? Because I had a freaking semi on my right,
Did you
and
have
like
Kit
a
with
pickup
you, too?
truck. No, Santa Paula was pregnant.
Oh.
And we're like sliding side to side, and Kit was actually born the very next day.
Wow.
So Anna Paula thinks that she got so scared, Kit was like, "Get me
That's
out
a
of
thing,
here!"
So it was Kit's scariest moment.
Yeah, but we won't tell him about it. Yeah, that was actually, I think that was my top scariest moment.
That's good.
Well,
That's good. You almost got in a car crash and died. That's
That's
awesome,
good.
Kacey.
very good. Yes.
I just didn't know what to say.
Well,
Nathan's the awkward voice
You
in
could
the back.
have said, you could have at least said, oh, I'm glad you made it out alive. That's good.
But the mic is staring at me like, I'm next.
Winnie, do you have?
That's not how it works. We're in like a circle. It's your turn. No, just talk like normal.
Because Nathan started thinking in his head, oh crap, I'm next.
He's like sweating way bad.
And the spotlight's on me.
Well,
Relax.
since you want to go, Nathan,
This is not your
here
first
you go.
time.
Okay, someone else could go.
Okay. Well, I'll
My
go.
turn.
Oh.
Crap.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll go. I had a really scary dream. I know some of you heard this dream before, but it's very vivid. And it was a few years ago, and I was in the basement. And how the dream started out, I was walking through a mall. And then, do you know how, like, when the mall closes, they have the cages that, like, go down?
Yeah.
So, I was walking in the, like, main aisle, and I was looking. There's a bunch of skinny, like, really, like, deathly skinny looking people in these cages. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, this is really weird. And I was just walking. And then I like looked up, and then there was this big blue demon. And I was like, oh no. What the heck is going on? And then if anyone has seen the Avatar, The Last Airbender, it kind of looked like him when he was like a big fish guy. It's kind of like that shape, form,
yeah.
a
What,
little
the
bit.
cartoon or the movie?
The cartoon. The movie was terrible. Well, anyways, it was like that, and then he was really big, and then he would slam his fist down on these people in the cages, and they would just turn into ashes. And I was like, oh, this is sketchy. So I started running because he saw me. And he was like chasing me down, like trying to hit me and like make me way like skinified and like turn me to ashes. And then there was some parts where like like the cages were closing and I'd slide under them, like right before he like captures me.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, and then like I remember like sweating like crazy, and then I wake up, and this is in real life. I wake up at this point because I had to use the bathroom. And I was like, whoa, and I was like sweating super badly, and then I go to the bathroom, come back. And then I lay in bed. I was like, man, that was a really freaking weird dream. And then right when I fall asleep, he is over my bed looking at me. And he grabs my face. And he's like, you think you can escape from me? And I was like, ah! Ah! Like screaming. And then he's like, you think you can escape? You know who I am. And I was like, don't say it. Don't say it. and then like everything started shaking like in my room super bad. Like everything was like really loud. And he's like,
devil thing.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm ostrich. And that was like the worst concentration camp in like Nazi Germany. And he was like grabbing me. And then I woke up. I was like, I was like, how did he like get me like after I already woken up and then came back?
Well, was that part of the dream?
I don't think so, because I actually like
Ooh, I
used the
didn't even think
bathroom.
about
Maybe though.
Maybe you just
Maybe
had a
you
dream
thought
and
you
woke
woke
up.
up.
Maybe.
Oh,
But
It was a dream within a dream.
spooky.
It was in that
It was,
sketchy room in the
Inception.
basement.
Nathan did a weird face. That's why he was silent.
Yeah, but that was probably one of my most sketchiest dream, and that's not my like.
It's like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, almost. And then that's not my sketchiest thing in that same room in the basement. There's more.
What?
I had sketchy dreams in the basement too, in that house.
I know.
Oof.
There's been scary things that have actually happened in that basement.
Like what?
Like that closet downstairs, super weird. Like we used to keep Jedi's food in that closet,
Mm-hmm.
and he used to have the wet food, so it was like in cans. And like I went in there and I took some out and then I put it back and I closed the door and I heard all the cans go poof and like fell down. After I closed the door, yeah, it's really weird.
That was the ghost boy.
Ghost
Boy?
That's the ghost boy story. Remember?
Yeah, I know that story.
Do you want to tell that story?
I'll tell that story.
I'm like scared already.
Me too.
Because
Freaking
I'm
out.
currently in the basement right now, so.
No, you're not.
You
Oh,
mean he's
right.
like,
You're in my house. You're in my condo.
Oh yeah, we're in Nathan's condo.
no, we didn't say that.
It's a great time to be here. We are
I
in
thought you were
Nathan's
saying
condo.
you're in
and
the
it's
basement right now, like acting like you're in the basement.
Oh,
you
he's
live
like
in
trying to
the
basement.
shake everyone, make it scarier.
Yeah.
Start
No,
making noises.
the door slams. Holy crap. Are we recording? We hear a voice in the background.
Yeah, it's mom.
Mommy, what are you doing right now?
That's mom the whole time. Smacking the cans.
Take that, Felicia.
That's messed up.
You said it.
It's too late now, man.
It's on the
Well,
podcast.
I'm going to tell you the ghost boy story. I had a lot of scary stories in the house, but one of the ones I remember the most is that one day in the same basement at my parents' house. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
Gosh, that
That
scared me.
Oh my gosh.
I was sleeping, and then some reason I think the bathroom light was on or something, but I couldn't see very well. And then when I was sleeping, it felt like something was poking my butt.
Whoa.
Yeah, like something was like poking me. You know, sometimes you get like that pulse, like if you work out and then it pulsates,
Yeah.
right? The muscle spasms.
Like, yeah, twitches, you know?
Yeah, the twitches. It felt like that, but then at the same time, it felt like something poking. And I woke up, I was sleeping on my stomach, because I'm a stomach sleeper, like a weirdo. I looked to my left, and then I thought I saw Trev looking at me. And then I looked at the whatever I thought I saw. I said, Trev, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, why you
And then
waking
he
me up?
wouldn't, like, it looked like an outline of a boy. Like, it really did. Like, maybe it just because I woke up.
Oh my
You
gosh, Ben! Oh my gosh.
And I looked to my left, and I was like, Trev, what the hell are you doing? And then I grabbed the pillow, and then I swung it because I thought Trevin was messing around with me.
Yeah.
And then it, like, looked like it stepped back and then turned around into the closet.
And the closet was open,
No, it was closed.
so I walked through the
I
door.
walked through the closet.
Oh.
Real shit, no lie.
Wait, you just saw like a shape of like
Like,
a boy?
looked like Trev.
Weird.
Like when Trev was a SpongeBob.
Well,
Oh.
I know you and Kendall would always see a little kid though, right?
Yeah.
Kendall saw it, you saw it.
I saw it, Kendall saw it.
Like detailed though?
Yeah, so the first time I saw a little boy was... Oh, sounds awkward. The first time I saw a little boy...
Say the ghost boy.
First time I saw the ghost boy was in Woodruff back in Mountain Fuel. Oh, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Mountain Fuel.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, Mountain Fuel. Yeah,
Yeah.
in Woodruff. I was taking a shit. And I think I was like maybe 6, maybe 7. I was by myself in the house. And then the bathroom door was open. And then I looked. I was just kind of little kid taking a shit, looking to my left. I see
Good
this.
details.
And I see this like figure boy like run across
The door?
the door, or looked like it ran across the door. So I got up. I got up and I was like,
It's like,
and I was like, what was that?
yeah.
And then I was like, that was nothing. And I pulled my pants up and I booked it outside. So
And
then
Kendall saw it too, same situation.
Kendall saw. I don't know. I think he saw it taking a shit too.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The ghost boy who likes watching people poop.
When sleep.
And he's always poking your butt. Like,
Oh, weird.
weird.
Oh.
What if that's your
Super
future
weird.
kid?
I thought about that too. Because one time, I don't know what it was, in my Subaru, I always felt like something kicking me in my back.
Oh.
Oh, in the back of the
I'm
seat?
Like, oh, my back!
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably something like in the seat, like a creature or something. But
Did you have to like feed it to
no,
appease?
it ate the garbage.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Those gremlins. Gremlins are everywhere.
Ghost boy, man.
Yeah, that was the ghost boy.
Yeah, another scary story about the same room. So all like when I'm upstairs, there's like nothing really happens. Like I never had experiences upstairs, except recently. Like every once a month, I'll wake up and I think I see like a shadow figure like standing on my cot because I sleep on a cot for some reason. And I'm like, and I try to kick it, and then nothing's there. I'm like, oh, and I fall back asleep. That's
Is that a jacket?
no, it's like in my face.
Don't
But-
try to kick it next time. See what
So-
it does.
Yeah, try to speak
But-
to it.
Are you
Yeah.
sleeping on your back?
Yeah. But
Oh, it's probably
downstairs in
paralysis.
that downstairs that corner room downstairs was Nathan's like old room. I was sleeping down there, and then I had some crazy stuff happen down there. Like one time, I was sleeping and then no one was home, or at least downstairs, and then my dog Jedi would sleep in Nathan's room at the time, and then on this beanbag, and then I woke up because I heard him like yip. I was like, what the heck? And then he jumped from the beanbag to the foot of my bed, and that's like a good gap. And I was like, Jenna, what the heck? And it scared the crap out of me.
Shoot.
And then he is growling at Nathan's room.
Jedi never
And it's
growls.
like, yeah, he's never growls, a super polite dog, like hardly barks. And like all his hair is standing up on his neck. And
Damn.
I'm like, what the F?
That happened to Scruffy too.
Yeah, and then I grab my gun because my first thought is someone's in the house gonna
Yeah.
kill me. So I grabbed my gun and I was sitting there for like a good 5 minutes just watching the pitch black corner because there's not really a door. It's just like an opening. And I'm sitting there with my gun just waiting to shoot someone. You know, I'm like getting way pumped up because my dog keeps freaking out more and more. Like his hair keeps standing up real quick and he's like, very aggressively growling. And then after like 5 minutes, he just lays down. And then I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then once he lays down, I like turn my light on. And then I clear like the whole house and no one was there. And I was like,
damn.
That's spooky.
How do you sleep after that?
I don't think I slept that night. And then the same thing almost happened. It was before I got my dog Jedi. But I was laying down and I'd face the opening in that room. And then I woke up and I saw like a shadow figure at the foot of my bed. And then I was like rubbing my eyes like, am I seeing that? And then like as I was focusing more, it looked like it lunged at me. It was like, like into me, and I was like,
well, I'm not scared.
And then it disappeared. And I was like,
I have a story exactly like that.
I believe in those people that believe in the shadow people. It's actually conspiracy.
Yeah, this is super creepy.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you this story. It's super... I don't know, it could have been sleep paralysis, I don't know, but I was sleeping on my right side, so I was facing... So my bed is against the wall, so I face my room, because, like, who sleeps with their back to the room? Like, that's when monsters get you, you know? But,
Unless you hide underneath the sheets. They don't get you.
Yep. Anyway.
They just wait for you to look. As soon as you look, they're still there.
Yep.
So I was laying there and I woke up and I saw a figure. Like, it looked like, you know, a Dementor from Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like that, like the top of it.
Heck
Like, I
no.
couldn't see a face or anything, but it wasn't like just a silhouette. I saw a freaking hood on it. And then it was reaching for me, and I saw, in detail, its fingers, and it had, like, really long nails, and it was reaching for me. It was, like, right in front of my face. And I was scared, and I couldn't move, so maybe it was sleep paralysis, I don't know. But then I felt this wind, and it was, like, and my hair, I know it was real, because I felt my hair go, like, you know, like...
Flip back
and hit my neck, But then the next day, when I was talking about it, I just kept crying because it was so scary. It's like...
You were traumatized.
Yeah, it was, like, really scary because it looked like some, like, weird old person's hand.
shaking?
That's what it looked like. Like
Really traumatized.
I'm so scared. No, it was like an old lady hand, but with, like, really weird claws or something. I don't know. It was weird. That was probably the scariest thing.
What if you had mustered enough courage to reach out and grab it? Like,
what if that was the Grim Reaper? Like, what if I wasn't? Like, what if I did that and I wouldn't be here right now? I'd be dead.
Because I have a lot of sleep paralysis all the time, so it could have been sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
I've had a sleep paralysis pretty bad too.
But so I've been so used to it, I actually have reached out to demons.
Ew.
I'm going home.
Ew. The wall starts shaking.
You reach your hand out.
No, so let me explain.
Give me a power.
So I did a lot of research on sleep paralysis because I kept on getting it all the time. It was just like a constant thing. And I used to see crazy shit all the time, like a demon or clown or
clown.
A freaky little boy that's shaking his head freaking violently. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Louise.
yeah, I seen a lot of crazy shit. But for a while, it was super serious.
Explicit.
Why did you say that?
That was the demon coming out.
Oh yeah, it was. We found out. Nathan, come here. We gotta say a prayer. Just kidding.
Give him a blessing.
Anyways. Oh shit, what was I saying? Demons. Gosh. Oh yeah, so I did a lot of research on it, and there's two sides of the coin. They say, one, your brain comes up with stuff when your body, is awake. No, your body's sleeping, but your mind's awake. You get scared, so you panic, and that's when you hallucinate. Right, so that's why you hallucinate about demons or spiders or things.
And I think that's actually the majority of the time.
So like it's just in your head. You're not seeing.
But the
actual
flip
demons.
side, if you believe in the religious aspect, they say that you are peeking into this dimension where these demons are trying to take over your body. So that's why, like, you always feel like pressure.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, shaking because your body's fighting
It's
it.
like the
I
fuzzy
think
It's like,
I think it's more mental, to be honest.
yeah, I think it's
Maybe.
science. Well, that's the thing. That's why, because before I believed, I was seeing some crazy stuff, and maybe I was getting possessed. But the more I got used to it, well, it's true. The more I got used to the more I got used to it and understood what it was, sleep paralysis was. When I have sleep paralysis, now I could just, like, I already know what's going on. So I even, like, try to, like, move. I know I'm not moving, but my mind thinks I'm moving. It's like almost you're hallucinating, like on drugs in a sense. So there was a
because
time,
your brain does produce all these different chemicals in certain situations too.
yeah. So there's a time where, like, I remember I was sleeping on I think it was on my back, and then in the corner of the bed I saw this hand reaching out.
Ew.
So my mind, but I knew it was fake. I knew it was like my mind. I wasn't scared, so I was trying to reach back at it.
You're like, I'll help you, buddy.
No, I was like,
See, I don't have
I
that
was
courage at all.
I was
It's a
like
dream
fake.
or real, fake. I'm like, holy crap, get me out.
I was messing around with it because I was like, and I was like, reach out, and it was like trying to grab me.
So you conquered your mind in that moment.
Yeah, in that moment. Yeah, that's a true story too. That's not like not bullshit. That's what.
Was it just a hand? Was it not connected to anything? Or was it just
No,
like...
it looked like someone's reaching out the bed. Like it was like dark and like someone reaching out to you.
See, it's funny because...
But then I got scared and I woke up.
yeah,
Like,
You can only last for so long. It's
It's
like,
funny
okay,
'cause
let's end
I've
this.
never experienced sleep paralysis in my life, and I remember Nathan talking about it, like, all the time. It's like, yeah, I was like trying to do this, like one time, I was researching it, and I was trying to, like, leave my body, and I thought it was super interesting, and then he was like, this is how I get sleep paralysis every time. I sleep on my back, and I cross my arms.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
And then
That's
I was
weird.
like, okay. And then I was taking, like, right before I got really sleepy and I was going to take a nap. And this was, like, in high school. And then I was like, I'm going to try to put myself through sleep paralysis. And I never experienced sleep paralysis before in my life. And then, so I laid on my back, and then, like, I crossed my arms, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and everything was kind of like a gray color, and everything was shaking, and I was like, oh, this is it. Sleep paralysis. And I got super excited,
I could leave my body.
Yeah, and then, like, I remember, like, sitting there, and I, like, looked down my legs, and Nathan was like, all right, you really have to concentrate. Like, I always wiggle my toes first. So, like, I wiggled my toes. And then I was like, okay, now my legs. And I remember lifting my legs up. And then, but I saw two separate legs. Like, my legs were lifting up, but my legs were there.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, this is so freaking weird. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to turn my head to the right. And I turned my head to the right, and I saw my whole body, like myself sleeping.
Oh.
But when I looked to my right, my head was straight up, looking like my other body. And I was looking, I was like, that's a little weird. Like, why isn't, like, mirroring myself? And then it slowly turned, and then had a demon face. And I was like, get out of here! Get out of here! This was a mistake! This was a mistake! I was like, oh, freaking
I
out!
got into the wrong
Yeah,
side.
I know. And I was like, I should have never done this. But,
wake up!
But ever since then, I get sleep paralysis now, and I think it's because I done it that one time.
You opened the
Yeah.
gate.
Open
But-
the dimension.
But the thing is, that's the only time I've ever seen something in sleep paralysis, like any hallucination. Other times, it's just like my mind. I'm like, come on, like, wake up. This is stupid. Like,
Because you're not scared of it anymore.
yeah. But I don't ever see like anything. I'm just like, this is great, and I'm like, all right, time to wake up.
I usually don't see anything either when I have sleep paralysis, but one time, I'm really scared of Annabelle. Like, I'm really scared of Annabelle. and one time I was having sleep paralysis, and I turned my head to the right, and, like, on top of my dresser, I saw Annabelle.
Oh, no.
But, like, somehow I, like, went like this, and I flipped her off, and then I haven't seen her since. But, yeah, I don't see anything. That was, like, the only time, and, like, I guess that other creepy thing. But I don't know if that was sleep paralysis. I felt... You know when you wake up from sleep paralysis and you know? You're like, oh, yeah, that was sleep paralysis. It didn't feel like that.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
So our listeners, what they should do tonight or whenever, like, go home, cross your arms like an X. Okay,
lay down on your back.
The best time to do it for when I told Trev is you have to do it during the day.
Yeah.
And you have to take a nap. And it has to be a long nap.
Yeah, it always happens during naps.
Like, not just a normal nap, but a long nap. You're out for like a couple hours during the day.
Every time I take a nap like that, man, it's so hard to wake up. I'll wake up, I'm like, holy crap. And I lay back down.
So
I know I have to get up.
That's why I started drinking coffee. Coffee.
Well, I don't want to change the subject, but I did have a crazy dream. And this was SMR. This dream was my best dream of all my life. So, I had a dream that the doorbell rang, I answered the door, and it was Tom Brady. And Tom Brady was at our house, and we're hanging out, we're playing some Madden. And Tom Brady...
Playing some Madden?
Yeah. I was hanging out with Tom Brady, his Lamborghini was parked outside.
Dang.
And we're hanging out, and I was like, and I remember in my dream, I was just so happy because Tom Brady's like my favorite player, like one of my favorite players ever. And we're hanging out, and it's like, hey, Kacey, do you want to go to the Super Bowl? And I'm like, yes. And the Super Bowl was like in Houston or something. So I grabbed like a backpack, I put all of my stuff in it, and we hopped in his Lamborghini. It's like, Kacey, I gotta go pick up my mom real quick. So we pick up Tom Brady's mom, and we're driving to Texas for the Super Bowl.
Picked up Tom Brady's mom.
Yeah. And so
Come on, Mom.
So the whole time in this dream, I am so happy, the happiest I've ever been in my life. We get to the stadium, and it's like before the game starts, so like some of the players are on the field, like running routes and like playing catch, you know. And Tom Brady's like, hey, Kacey, let's do some routes. And he's like throwing the ball to me. I'm like running. I'm like catching all these routes with Tom Brady. I'm so happy. And he likes me a lot. And towards the end of the dream, he said, Kacey, I never told anyone this, but I want to tell you one big secret. And I want to tell you the secret to life. If you know the secret, you can have any success in everything you do.
Deflate the footballs.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. So yeah, you had the secret to anything in your life. Like, you could accomplish anything. And it's like, yes, I want to know. And he leaned down, and he's going to whisper in my ear. And as soon as his mouth opened, my dad woke me up. Like, knocked on the door. Kacey, you awake? And I woke up. And he's like, no! Please, no! Go back to sleep.
Secret to life.
The secret to life. I missed.
Wow.
By a split second.
So who's Tom Brady in your dream?
I don't know. What if it was like an angel or something?
Yeah.
You know, that took the form of Tom Brady and wanted to tell me something.
Yeah.
And I woke up. Dang it.
Thinking
And I always
get
think
it
about
back.
that dream
Super rich
too.
right now.
Sometimes I had like a dream where like I had like the best song ever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to write it down so I remember.
Yeah.
And then like as I'm writing, I can't like understand it or I will forget it. And then I'll wake up and I was like, gosh, dang it.
Yeah, well,
I think I did, because I think that's a common dream. Like, you're singing, you become a rock guy or a country dude, a rapper. But then one day I had the same dream. I think it's a country song. I was like, damn, that's such a good song.
Yeah.
And I think I got to the point where I was trying to write it on a piece of paper. I was like half awake, half asleep. And then I looked at the piece of paper and it was just nothing. It was like squiggles.
To like sleep right.
I was like, what
It's just
the
like
hell?
a line. Just-
I think I put like one. I put the. It was squiggles because I was like half awake and half asleep. And I was like, I have to remember. And then I had a piece of paper right next to the desk, and I was just
So,
like trying to write it down.
I know some people do like dream journals.
Yeah.
And so as soon as they wake up, they write down everything they've seen or whatever. And apparently, like people that do that, they get some of the same dreams again and again. And
Really?
like,
It's
yeah.
like to see demons more.
Yeah. Oh, heck, if you're having that problem.
You start
I haven't
having
seen the
conversations
clouds.
with it. It's like
Yeah.
me and the demon in my room last night. We had a cup of coffee again.
He was just chilling.
Deep, meaningful conversations.
But
with
people
Satan.
actually like with their dreams, like they could write a book, you know,
Really?
or like they make characters for their book, like authors do it, whatever.
Interesting.
I actually have a way good dream that could be a movie, but I won't tell you.
Okay, mention it.
Write it down. Write it down, man.
That reminds me.
I had a good one too once.
That reminds me, like, one time I woke up to a text message, and it was a really long text message, and it was from Steven. And then I was like, in the middle of the night, too, and I was like, what the heck? And it was, like, one of the funniest things I think I've ever read in my life, and it was so, like, detailed. So anyways, Steven wrote, he's like, I just had the craziest dream. And then he continued to tell it, and it was very, very detailed. It seemed like a novel. And it was really long, but I don't remember, like, all the details. But anyways, it was like, he was running through this cornfield, and he, like, described how the corn, like, leaves, like, hit his face, and the sounds he was making as running. And then eventually he came to this clearing in his dream, and this is all written down in text message to me for some reason. And he's like, and I had this weird feeling to look down at my hands and feet, and they were cat paws. And he's like, I felt so happy I had cat paws, and I woke up, and I was like,
text? The dream text?
no, like, he texted me that, and that was his real dream, and I was like, what the
And
heck?
the funny
And I
thing
was like,
is, because Steven has a flip phone, so imagine like,
Yeah.
like
He spent a
just
long
get to the
time.
letter C like 3 times.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, that's crazy.
So he was a cat.
yeah, it was a cat running through a cornfield.
Wow. That's awesome.
I don't know why that's always super funny to me, because I just woke up and like I was like, what the heck is this?
But it was super detailed.
Yeah, way detailed.
That's so
So it's
funny.
weird because sometimes I think dreams are like, this is a recent theory that we're seeing other dimensions of us. Like maybe Steven is a cat.
In a different dimension,
different
running through
dimension.
corn.
Yeah.
Man,
What
Or
if?
like
I'm glad I'm in
somebody's-
this dimension because
Yeah, the other ones are kind
Sorry, I
of
got
crazy.
dreams.
I'm not literally with sleep paralysis, but more like, I don't know, maybe you're seeing into another dimension, but more like, I don't know, like the rock star. Maybe you're a rock star and you're singing this awesome song, but how come it's always so good
In the
and
dream.
almost too perfect? Like it
Yeah.
should be real.
Like one of the best dreams I had in my life, I think I was like 6th or 7th grade, and then somehow I ended up being Hannah Montana's backup
Oh, I
dancer.
thought you were gonna just say Hannah
Yeah.
Montana.
Yeah. And then like we were touring with Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus, but she was Hannah Montana at the time, so that was like her tour was Hannah Montana. And then we're doing like these way cool backup dancers, and I remember this one guy we always saw in the very front of the stage. And then, like, at one point, he jumped up on stage and cut a piece of her hair. And like, and ran away. And everyone was like, stopped in the middle.
You did that?
No, it was some random guy. And
I'm
because
saying
we were,
you did.
no, we were like the backup dancers. And then, like, we were all like standing there super awkwardly. We're like, do we still dance? Or like, what do we do?
See, it's weird though, because it felt
Yeah.
real, right?
Yeah, it felt way real and way
See?
cool. It was like we were in the freaking tour bus. And
You're
his
another
friends.
dimension. Trevin's a Hannah Montana backup
Backup
dancer.
dancer.
well, the weird thing about dreams is because on my mission I came across like a book by like Parley P. Pratt. He was like one of the Mormon
Yeah.
guys, you know, back in the day, and he wrote like a whole thing
Why
about
was he
dreams.
Quote Mormon with your fingers.
Quote unquote Mormon.
No, because I don't think he came to Utah or anything. He was like the
But he
first.
wasn't
Oh,
Mormon?
sorry.
No, he is Mormon. But I don't know.
He was one of the first.
Like one of the
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
ones that
this
came
guy.
here.
I'm just kidding.
Never mind.
Continue.
Well, he wrote this thing about dreams, you know? Like this huge thing about dreams. And so I asked my mission president, and my mission president was like, hey, what is this about dreams? And from out of nowhere, my mission president starts like, well, you have to have a clean mind, you know, because you don't want to get wet dreams. I was like, that was not my question, Mr.
Mr. President.
Yeah, I was like super confused.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, we thought you were trying to confess something.
yeah, or something weird, and I was like, President, no, that's not what I was asking. Like, just gotta keep your thoughts clean, Elder. And I was like, okay, I gotta go.
Really?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why would
I
you say
never
that?
got the answer.
Yeah, I was super
That's
confused.
odd.
I was like, what the heck?
Maybe you just like heard that too much, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just so sick of hearing this."
Yeah, I
Your
know.
thoughts
Keep your
clean,
thoughts
like,
clean.
that's
Get out of
it.
here.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe everybody had wet dreams.
Yeah.
Like a wet dream problem.
Yeah.
Family friendly podcast.
Oofa goof.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought that up.
Where do we go from
But
here?
we're talking about dreams, though.
Wow. Okay.
So, can anyone relate?
I know. And then Trevin had a big itch growing up.
Everyone stop listening at this point.
That was my fault. Before mission.
We see everyone at Easter, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
Yes.
oh my god."
Supposed to be PG-13.
Yeah.
Where do we go from now? The can of worms out. Now we gotta talk about wet dreams.
It's podcast rules. That's what you have to do.
It's what other dreams we have.
Wait, what did you just say?
What other dreams do we have?
Other dreams?
Why do you
Sounds
keep
like-
shoving your face
Well,
in this
that's-
shirt?
Close to 40 minutes now.
Yeah, that's a good way to end it.
Stay tuned.
To be continued.
Next time on Wet Dreams Part 2.
I'm glad that's over
Casey's
with.
all embarrassed now.
Casey's super red.
You're like, why did I do that? 'Cause you
Crap,
can't.
why'd I bring that one up? Why'd I bring that up?
Because you can't start over because we're at 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's gonna do it for our scary story slash dreams
Dreams.
slash slightly inappropriate things when we sleep podcast.
To put
Till next time. ASMR.
This was a good show.
See you next time.
Wow, it's embarrassing.
Did you stop it?
Okay, stopping now.
Dang.
Good.
Okay.